Are you ready to make an exploding book? Are you sure you're ready? Okay, here is what you'll need. Okay, so you will need some sellotape, or this is washi tape, which is basically sellotape that's made from paper. You'll need 3 sheets of paper and 2 pieces of card. So these are the covers for your book. Okay, and the pages need to be bigger than the cover. Okay, maybe I'll show you that with, so here is a cover and the page that goes inside it. Okay, so a few centimeters bigger. So you can make your book any size. You might have seen my videos where I made one that was this big. So 2 pieces of card. So this can be cereal packet, whatever you've got. So it's just, you know, gives it a bit of, it's too hot. I think this is going to be the hottest day of the year, so words are not going to be my friend today. Some glue and some paper to cover. Now this isn't, you don't actually have to cover. If you've got some plain card, you could just leave that as your book cover if you like. So you will have seen mine is that Marvel? Okay, I can't think what the other ones are called. So it's wrapping paper. I've just used wrapping paper, and it's on the inside as well. You can see it right in the corner. Okay. So I have got some. So I've made these. I've done some workshops locally where children have come in and made. So I just have a selection of different kinds of paper that they can use. So you could choose a plain paper. So the Harry Potter exploding book that you might have seen was made with, wrapped with brown paper. So you want your paper to be, the wrapping paper for your covers to be a bit bigger. Okay, and that is because we're going to fold it in. Okay, so that is what you need. Oh, look. Okay, so the first thing we do is we have our bit of wrapping paper and our bit of card that's going to make the cover for the book. So you can see, I'll turn around this so it'll be easier for you to see. You can see it's about 3 centimeters bigger than the piece of card that you're using. Okay, and that card can be any size. As I said, I've made, you know, a teeny tiny one. So you put your piece of card in the middle, as centrally as you can. Okay, is that a word? Centrally? Center it and put some glue on it. So just be careful. You might want to put something on your table so that you don't get glue everywhere. And we're just going to stick that down. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to turn in the corners or the edges of the paper to make it nice and neat inside. Okay, so we are going to turn over this side and this side, okay? And you give them nice crisp edges. Okay, so just go all the way down and then stick them down. Okay, so press that one down and that one down, and it's going to look like that. So these are next, okay? But we're not just going to fold that in because we want to make it neat. We're going to fold in the corner until it is level with the top of the piece of card. Okay, like that. To this side. So it's level with that, okay? And then you can see that that's going to make a nice, neat edge, okay? So glue your corners down. 1, 2, and then do the same on this side. Fold them over so they're level with the edge of your card. Ooh, I've got a big blob of glue there. And do put something down on your table so that you don't get glue everywhere. Okay, so now it looks like that, and we folded all the corners in, okay? So, yeah, you're right, we're going to fold those in, and you see how neat that is. Look at that. It's nice and neat, isn't it? So we're going to put some glue on here and here. Excuse if you can see my sweaty forehead. As I said, it's going to be, I think, yesterday was the hottest day of the year so far, and I think Friday's feeling a bit competitive, and it wants the title. Now look, see, I've got a bit of glue on my table. Oops. Okay, so there we go. So do that with both of your bits of cards. Here's one I made earlier. Okay, so that you've got 2, and this is the cover for your book. Okay, now we're going to make the pages that go inside the book. Turn it around so you can see it. Okay, so some of the children that I've made these with in workshops have said that this bit is a bit like origami. Okay, so you've got 3 pieces of paper that are this big, and then we fold them up so that they fit inside there. Isn't that clever? So let's show you. Right, we made these earlier. These are your book covers, okay? I just need to wiggle my mouse. I'm going to show you. It's a bit like the piece of paper that you use to cover your card. So it needs to be about 3 centimetres bigger all the way around than your cover. So whatever size of card you're using, be it smaller, be it a bit bigger, the pages that you're going to make to go inside here need to be this much bigger, and you need 3 of those, okay? So 3 pieces of paper that are this much bigger than the cover that you've chosen to use, okay? Okay, so we're going to make the pages. So you need your square piece of paper, and you need 3 of these, okay? So we're going to fold it in half. Try and match up your edges. This is where I discover that my cutting skills are not that great, and I don't have a very straight edge there. So what I might do is just get some scissors and see if I can make that a bit straighter, which is not ideal, but this is, you know, you might have to do this as well, and it's not an issue. Not sure if that's any straighter. We could be all here all day, and then I'll be left with a tiny bit of paper. Okay, let's go with that. Oh, it's so hot, my glasses are stinging. Okay, so we folded it in half, yes? Open it out. It's like a book, okay? So if you have it like a book, then you're going to fold it up this way, okay? I'm just going to turn it a little bit so that I can match your edges. Press down. Do you hear that? Crispy. There we go. One of the children did it like this, which is quite a good idea. Okay, so now we have a cross and what looks like 4 squares. Okay, so we're going to have it on the face, put it down so that you've got this kind of hump in the middle, okay? We don't want it this way so that it's sticking up, okay? Not that way, turn it over. So it's a bit, there's a bit of a bump in the middle, okay? But then press the bump down and turn it like this, pointing to me, pointing to you, and match the points together, creating a triangle. Okay, and go along, crispy, crispy. Okay, and then we're going to open it. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to push up the bit in the middle. Did you hear it? It kind of popped, didn't it? And then if you look what's happening here, what is happening here is, wow, crisp up your edges again, press it down a little bit. Okay, and then you can see that that is, okay, so I do another one. Let's do another one quickly. And then, oops, you're nearly ready. So, 1 square, fold it in half, crease down your edge, open it like a book, fold it in half, crisp it up along the edge. Ooh, bit squint. Always a good idea to take your time to do these things properly, because then at the end it will work better. Okay, so we've got a cross, if I can open it, cross in the middle, and we've made 4 little squares, and we've put it down on the table so that it's got the bump in the middle, remember. Then we're going to turn it. So there's a point towards you and there's a point towards me, and then we're going to match those points up to create a triangle. Now I'm going to show you in just a minute that my square is a little bit off here. Can you see that? It doesn't quite line up. Which again is fine, because actually cutting a square is, I find it's quite tricky. There's probably an easy way to do it. But do you think, you know, this is fine. It's fine to just tidy it up as you go along, in my opinion. Wow, steamy glasses. Okay, so we're going to open it again. And turn it, you're going to hold it so that, sorry, my mind drifted off, apologies. So we're going to hold it so that it's up like this, like a V, and then push it up gently in the middle, and there's a little bit of a pop, and then you can see that if I slowly push it together, that's going to go, and that one's going to go, and it just kind of folds itself up, okay? And then just make those nice and crispy. Okay, give them a good push. Okay, so we need 3 of those. So do another one, and then I'll see you back here with 3 of these. Okay, have you got 3 now? We've got 1, 2, 3 of these that we made. Oops. Okay, so we're going to stand them up. He's not going to stand up. Come on, behave. You're on TV. Oh my goodness. And this one. Oh man, they're feeling the heat. They're feeling a bit floppy. I know how they feel. Okay, I'm just going to move the glue along a bit. So if you can, they're all listing a bit to the side. So if you can they look a little bit like penguins, don't they? Is that a stretch of the imagination? Turn that like that. Kind of looks a bit like a penguin, doesn't it, with its head down? So if you have 3, set them up like this, and then take the one in the middle, and you're going to turn him over. So the penguin is looking at you. Okay? And then, this is how it fits together. So if these 2 go in here, oops. And then, so you've got your squares. Your squares are going next to each other and slotting in. Okay? And then, it's going to come in and out like that. Okay? So let me just pop that one there. So these are opposites each other, yeah? So we turn this one round. And then these 2 squares will slot together. And that is how you're going to stick them, okay? So choose one. I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to put glue on this full square. So just be careful that you don't get it on the triangle bits in the middle, the bits that you've folded. Okay. So just look for your square on here, and then that is going to go inside. I mean, it might be easier for you to then open that out. Just do that. Okay, and you've got square on square. Match them up. Oops. Okay. So the 2 squares have been stuck together. Okay. So now we've got a full square here. When I say a full square, I just mean that this square, because this is also still a square, but this square has been folded in half. Okay, so now that's not a full square now, it's like a half. Okay, so this is the full square. Just to make sure you understand my thought process. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on this other square. And again, just be careful you're not going onto your triangles. Okay, and just so we're looking for the full square on this one, and this one was pointing, penguin looking at you. So we'll open this one up, pop it down there, square to square, cheek to cheek. It's not quite, it's a bit wobbly. Okay, press that down. So the two square from this side was glued on, the full square from that side was glued on, and then hopefully by the powers invested in me, it's going to fold up. Except that one doesn't want to. Why does that one not want to? Don't panic. Okay, so press it down. Now, in an ideal world, this would be perfectly square, but it's a bit off, but it's, you know, it's fine. So if I show you, there we go. Ta-da. Okay. So next we're going to put the cover on. Okay, do you remember that at the beginning I untied my book? So this just helps to keep it closed. You don't have to have a ribbon on it, okay? But it just means that it keeps it closed. Okay, and then oh my goodness, this is upside down. Ah, there we go, we got that in the end. So the ribbon is here, okay? So let's, excuse me. When I lived in Okinawa, which is a tropical island, I quickly discovered that most people carried face cloth or flannel with them to mop their brows. So you get your ribbon or string or, you know, something that you might use to wrap up presents, doesn't matter what it is. Find the middle, like that. Put the middle in the middle of one of your covers. So we've got it facing up, yeah? This is the inside, so I'm going to, so the beauty of using washi tape is paper, it's recyclable, and you can just rip it like that. So we're going to stick the ribbon in the middle. So he looks now like he's got, oh, it's not very even, looks like he's got a moustache now. Okay, so now we're going to stick the pages in. So we've got one square on this side and one square on this side. So we're going to put it in so that you don't see this bit in the middle. That is why we have this overlap, okay? So when you put it in, stick it in, it looks nice and neat, and it's your cover goes inside. Okay? So we are going to put glue on here. Oops. I really should listen to myself and put something down on the table so it's not got glue. So because mine isn't quite straight here, I've got little bits sticking out, I have to make sure that I don't get glue on any of those bits or any of those edges, okay? So make sure you're just gluing, oops, the square, okay? Because otherwise it will be like a firework that doesn't go off and you won't be able to open your book. Okay, so stick that in, try and get it in the middle, make sure my ribbon is flat, and yep, kind of happy with that, so push it down, sticky Okay, so then we just need to put the top on. So we're going to put some more glue on the square again, making sure that I don't get any of those little bits that are not quite perfectly stuck down. So, and if you've used a blank cover, you can then decorate your cover, like the Harry Potter one that you might have seen. On, should I have, let's see, try and match the pattern on my thing so it's going the same way. Okay, so press it down. Let's do a little test. Fingers crossed. It's going to open out like that. Yay! Okay, so wobble, wobble. Just be careful, yeah. So you could see there that it didn't. I wasn't able to just go. You know, it's not an accordion. You have to. The paper might need a little help just to fold in properly. So just be gentle with it. You could use a thicker paper, and that would make it a bit sturdier. But just regular paper is fine. And then there we go. We have it. Okay. So you don't need to have the ribbon, as I said. You can have a ribbon, and then inside you can decorate it however you want. You could have you can make one big picture somewhere, and then you can cut it up and add it in here. So you have one big picture, but in little sections, which could be really dramatic. I made one, and it said "boom" inside, which I don't have it. Oh, there we go, Lucy. It's just been a little bit. Just be gentle with them, yeah. Or you could have, one of the children did a Pokemon one, so she did on each little section. She did her favourite Pokemons. It's up to you. And then if you've got a blank cover and you've not chosen a patterned cover, you could write your title. You could write your name because you're the maker, you're the publisher, you're the author, and you're the illustrator. You're everything. So if you make one of these, let me know. I'd love to see what you put inside them. If you've got any questions, let me know. It is a bit tricky. You might need someone to help you, and your squares might be a little bit skew with, like mine were, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because I made it, and it works, and it looks cool, right? So show me your exploding books. I can't wait to see what you put in them.